Hey guys, I'm sorry for the delay there. But Charlie Kirk passed, the shooter. I saw it last night. I was gonna do one on last night because it just shocked me, man. I was up all night trying to figure this out, man. What's going on? I saw cameras on certain ones, nobody was paying attention. The one I really found out where I saw the shooter, the possible shooter, it was the one that the FBI actually put out today, this morning. And I'm actually drilling down on this right now. I saw the guy. I saw it. I was like, man, he moved. And I said, that's somebody on that roof. And the angles, and then to get this one guy, he was a specialist on identifying different area shots of where people could shoot from strategist perspectives. And he actually did a video on this, and it's the same one the FBI had put on, and all the news channels are using right now. Actually, I want you guys to watch. Who is this? The shooter, Charlie Kirk. The angles, everything. But let's listen to this video right now. This Fox News, and we're gonna react to this real quick. And tell me what you think. I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna pause in a couple spots to see what's going on and see if you catch it.
Rights. And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. We mourn with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation.
CB Cotton is in Orem, Utah. CB.
Hi, Harris. Well, right now, FBI agents say they have images and video of the suspect. They're not sharing any of this material with the public at this time, but instead, they're suggesting they're using all of this content to closely track the suspect.
The suspect blended in well with a college institution. We're not releasing any details right now, and we will soon, but right now we're not. But that individual appears to be of college age. We are confident in our abilities to track that individual.
Agents say the shooter got on campus less than an hour before assassinating 31-year-old.
Okay, guys, do you see the guy in the marksman up there on that roof? Look like a little pipe, but it's actually a human being. He actually then shot, and he's gonna move towards his left. Look at my finger. He's gonna move. He's gonna move towards his left. I'm gonna put it over here. We'll move towards his left, right? That's going that direction. You'll see as the camera moves. Pay attention. Do you see the guy moving on the roof right there? That's directly in line. Then they're gonna show another image, but let's focus on this image. This is the shooter, I believe.
Charlie Kirk, who was visiting Utah Valley University in Orem about an hour.
Did you guys notice that? He moved to the left, so that was a human being on top of that rooftop. And then they're gonna show another one again running. I think he dropped the gun, the rifle, and then he moved. He moved down on the stairs to the left. You see some stairs, and then he go across the lower tier roof, and he moves over there. You'll see another image. Watch this. After you see everybody running
Away from Salt Lake City. The FBI says the gunman used the building's stairwells to get up on the roof and fire that fatal shot from about 200 yards away, sending the crowd of about 3,000 people.
Now you see everyone's running right now out the building. They didn't hear the shot. Charlie Perkins shot, so everybody's running out. I don't know why they run out of a safe building because he got shot outside. They're running outside. Now watch the rooftop. Again, you'll see somebody run across the rooftop. That's him. They climb down from the second story down to the first level, and he's getting out of there with the crowd of the people. But nobody paying to the roof. They're looking at Charlie.
Into sheer panic. The FBI.
Right, do you see on top of the roof? Look at the people. Look above. Look at above the second building. He got down the stairs on where he originally was at. Now he's running across the roof of the second. Ain't nobody, just that individual. You see the tree line in the back? You see him running. And then he disappears.
Special agent in charge of the Bureau's Salt Lake
gone.
City office said at the news conference today that agents recovered a high-powered bolt-action rifle in a wooded area where the shooter had fled. The FBI laboratory will analyze this weapon. A young fan telling us he is still in disbelief by what he saw yesterday.
It sounded like a 4th of July popper that you can throw on the ground. I heard and everybody just started ducking. I look over at Charlie and he put his hands up like this and falls back in his chair and people catch him.
Harris, the sense I'm getting here on the ground is that investigators know a lot about who this suspect is. It's at this point a matter of figuring out where he is.
Hey guys, do you realize I'm gonna go back a little bit and show you the video again? We're gonna see the two parts again. Do you see where the guy was planning? They're gonna show it on other videos. You'll see another angle where he's laying down, setting up for the shot, the kill shot. Then this video is going to show you how he moves across after the shot. This is afterwards. After the shot, he moves across, right? Then he moves back. Now there's two levels. If you look over there at the roof, there's two levels. There's some stairways to the left of there. He's gonna take them stairs down because no one is panic mode. Everybody's running. So he's gonna take the stairways. Then he's gonna move to his right and go across the building on the second part. I'm gonna stop it right there just so you see again. That I believe this is the shooter moving in with the crowd. We're gonna get down and run with the crowd. Let's go back.
Back over to
Here we go. We're gonna first go back to this first section. Let's get out of this commercial thing. We'll pay attention to this.
Charlie and he put his.
Okay, here we go. We're going back. There go the shooter. Let's select the shooter right here.
say the shooter got on campus less than an hour before assassinating 31-year-old.
They got the spotlight on the shooter. Now watch the shooter. He's gonna move to his left. This is after the shot. He's moved right to the left there, where the spotlight is in. There's a stairway. Stairs that go off the roof. That's the second floor. You see the lower level. That's the second floor. You're gonna see him go down the first floor. They got some a ladder on the outside of the building. He'll go down there. Then we watch as he moves across the roof.
Charlie Kirk, who was visiting Utah.
Do you see how this moving? Remember, he's over in the middle of the building, in the middle where the spotlight is. He's moving to the side corner. So right there, to the left of that picture, that imagery of that human, is a stairway. It's some stairs on the outside of the building. It's weird how they built that building, but some stairs right there. He's gonna take them down. Okay, he's going with the panic. It's everybody's panic now. The shot has already been taken. Now everybody's panic. He's getting in the panic. He's calm. He's moving fast.
Valley University in Orem about.
He takes the stairs. Now right here, he's taking the stairs down. Now as this thing going,
an hour away from Salt Lake City. The FBI says the gunman used the building's stairwells to get up on the roof and fire that fatal shot from about 200 yards away, sending the crowd of.
Okay, now you send the crowd panicking. They're panicking. They're running out, rushing outside. Still don't know why they're rushing outside. Stay inside. Get shot outside. But everybody's panicking now.
About 3,000 people into sheer panic. The FBI.
Now look at the roof. See that image to the roof? I'm gonna back up a little bit to let you see the image of the roof. See that person? The police are not out there. That's not police. That's him. That's him. Now watch the roof again. This is the first level. He was on the second level. Now he's on the first level. He took the ladder down. Now he's gonna get off that ladder and he's gonna walk with the people. Watch him. He's gonna move right in that crowd. He got his plan. This is very well planned out, orchestrated.
3,000 people into sheer panic. The FBI.
Boom. You see to the left of that banner on top of the first level roof. Now he's the first level. So now I think in the back you can walk down because the way they got it built. You can walk down. He's on that roof right there to the left corner of this picture. You see him on the roof. He's moving with the crowd. He's slow. Watch how he moves.
FBI special agent in charge of the Bureau's Salt Lake City office said at the
Gone.
news conference today that agents recovered a high-powered bolt-action rifle in a wooded area where the shooter had fled. The FBI laboratory will analyze this weapon. A young fan telling us he is still in disbelief by what he saw yesterday.
It sounded like a 4th of July popper that you can throw on the ground. I heard and everybody just started ducking. I look over at Charlie and he put his hands up like this and falls back in his chair and people catch him.
Harris, the sense I'm getting here on the ground is that investigators know a lot about who this suspect is. It's at this point a matter of figuring out where he is. Back over to you.
CB, thank you very much. Darren Porcher, former NYPD lieutenant and U.S. Army veteran, is with me now. You and I have done police specials and whatnot together, and we are very forensic. And when we take a look at something like this, I look forward to doing that with you now. So what are the forensics of what we've learned so far, and what do they tell you?
Well, there's a lot that we have to unpack. One of the first things is police were able to identify the entrance and the exit of the shooting. This is paramount because they've now captured facial images as to who the shooter may be. And when we go back to the Boston Marathon bombing, that's when we saw crowdsourcing information that was used as it relates to facial recognition. It's manifested 10 times since then, but this is paramount as it relates to how police are going to be able to identify who the shooter is. In addition to that, we're going to look for DNA evidence because the shooter laid down on that roof, and it's impossible for you to enter or exit a location without leaving a trace of DNA. It can be skin fragments, hair samples, etc. So right now, law enforcement has a lot, and you have the triangulation between federal law enforcement, state law enforcement, local law enforcement, and they're going to work in tandem in sharing this information to ensure that we bring this violent assailant into custody.
Well, law enforcement was doing what they do so well. They were looking for people known to them. That the first older gentleman I know from talking with people like Jason Chaffetz and others in Utah who have said, you know, well, he shows up to political rallies. The guy's kind of a loudmouth, blah, blah, blah. He was already on their radar, hasn't done any harm, but that was the first person we saw picked up, that older gentleman. And so they were actively looking for perhaps people that might fit something that they were after. I don't know if it was movement, it was familiarity, I don't know. But this guy, what do you make of him and what you're learning about him?
I go back to the Charles Whitman shooting back in the 60s on the University of Texas campus, whereas he shot people from upwards of 200 yards away. And he used a bolt-action rifle, which is the same type of weapon that was recovered in this particular instance. This is someone that clearly had an understanding of how to shoot people at these distances. And bear in mind, Charles Whitman did not use a scope. He didn't use a tripod. He didn't use a bipod. This was merely the focus of using a bolt-action rifle. I was an officer in the Army, and this is something that I can do. But at the same token, it requires a level of training. So this is something that we're going to look to the background of this individual to find out what in fact his training was to accomplish such a outrageous feat in shooting one of our American heroes, that being Charlie Kirk.
What I always think is amazing about how you and others do their jobs in terms of unpacking a moment like this at the scene is navigating all the fear and the realities on the ground of people caught in the middle between a killer and what you're trying to find, that killer. Here are some of the witnesses who were there yesterday.
It's really traumatizing, definitely something that I've never witnessed before. I think a lot of the college students were there, even some teenagers and some kids with families.
There were people just rushing. I was doing all I could to help them out, get them out, and yeah, just bodies everywhere.
You know, it's something where you feel like you're safe on campus, and then it changed really quickly.
Right away, you know, people started going, lay on the ground. Everyone started praying. That was one thing that we all just instinctively did.
Amen to that. You said it would have been just so chaotic.
Chaotic is an understatement. And we go back to the assassination, the failed assassination attempt against President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. It is a major challenge to secure an outside venue for a prior president, because just take in mind, Trump had Secret Service protection and an assailant was able to fire a shot at him. So although Charlie Kirk had security, that outside venue is very difficult to maintain a fortification. And remember, it wasn't really a high threat, because this was a welcoming environment. He's at a university in Utah, which welcomes his views. And the one thing about Charlie Kirk was this: he always encouraged discourse, but he discouraged violence. He felt that if we continue our discourse, we won't have violence. And sadly enough, we had someone that didn't adhere to that principle.
Real quickly, lay the day out for us, if you can, next steps. You've got images, so on and so forth. Just real quick, what you see coming.
I think law enforcement already has a subject, and they're actually focused on getting that person. When we look at doorbell ring cameras, DNA that will be extracted from the weapon, I just think it's a matter of time. And they're not releasing this information to the public because they don't want to scare the suspect, and I believe that they have a location in mind to address.
Darren Porcher, thank you always for your expertise.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna end this reaction video with that. I think this guy's they're showing an example of the expertise they have. This is an ex-military, actually a strategist with terrorism and other areas of focus. He worked with Faulkner as Faulkner introduced him to us as the audience, Fox News audience. This is the type of people they have on this case at higher levels, at the FBI, state and local levels, working in tandem together to get this guy off the streets. It's a perfect trifecta of levels of government. So I hope these guys get off the street. I hope everything's coming. His family could get a closure on this and know who cut him down at a short life, spent at 31 years of age because of his views. That's sad, but I had to do this. I hope you guys check this out. Give me a like, subscribe, let me know what you think. To get more videos out here on this area, and hopefully you see what I'm trying to say. Leave a comment if you see the shooter on top of the roof. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I need to hear your opinions, please. I hope they catch this guy, get him off the streets. We need him off the streets.